You've probably asked, what is Splatfest? Well, before we can explain that, we need to explain the basic rules of Splatoon. In Splatoon 3, the basic rules follow as it's a 4v4 fight on matching whoever you have random teammates. You can play with friends, that's up to you, and you'll be against 4 random players. Now, the objective of the game is to just paint the floor, pretty much, and every match is 3 minutes. The game, you can kill each other, which could be a good strategy into having the player respawn, thus the enemy team will output less ink on the map. Of course, there are tons of weapons you can choose from, each having their own special abilities, such as like a rocket launcher or a support as like a shield ability, and most kits come with a bomb of some sorts. Now that's a completely your different playstyle, and of course you can choose certain outfits that give you alternate small buffs and to help your playstyle. That is basically the basic results of the game. So, now that we know this, we can basically talk about what Splatfest is and why it's unique to the normal mode. In Splatfest, there will be an announcement for when the date is. It will last for 48 hours. And during this, you will pick a team. There will always be 3 to choose from. Basically, the team is just who you want to represent in this following the Splatfest. So, and of course, Splatfest will still have its standard 4v4 combat other than its side mode at halftime, which is tricolor. But I won't really explain that, as the more kind of mode I want to be talking about is the base mode. The base mode has the most stress involved as far as certain aspects go. Other than that, it's a normal fun gameplay. Winning for your team consists of when you win, you will get something called clout during the Splatfest, which is kind of the point system determining which team will end at the end of the Splatfest. So in this example, we had a Splatfest where it was vanilla versus strawberry versus mint chocolate chip. I'm on team strawberry. Now, the way the score works is if you lose, you will still get clout based on how much you inked. So for example, if I've inked 900 points worth of the map, I'm going to get 900 clout. But if I happen to also win that match, I get a 1,000 bonus. So that means I'm going to get 1,900. So basically, for winning the game, I'm going to get about double the clout than I were to lose the game. This is pretty where it matters most, as of course, getting as much clout for your team as possible is how your team will win Splatfest and get rewards that otherwise the losing teams won't. Splatfest this time around is definitely harder, as in the base games it was only 2 teams, but the gimmick with this game is the number 3. So now there are 3 teams to choose from, meaning you have now a higher chance of picking the team that is going to lose. But other than that, it is pretty much the normal gameplay, other than adding the clout system. So as I mentioned here with the clout, how it works at the end is it doesn't matter. You know, you've probably thought, well, what if a team has so many more people playing on that team? They're getting more clout for the team. Does that mean they have an advantage? Well, no, because how the scoring works is the average, by rewarding players that play longer, aka just getting more clout. So for example, if 500 people picked Team Vanilla, but only 200 people picked Team Strawberry, it adds up all the clout the team got and then divides it by how many players there are, thus being a better rating. So no matter what the team size is, everyone basically is on the same playing field. That is what that is. Another thing I want to mention is this is where the curveball comes into play. Why Splatfest is intense than any other thing that I feel like I've played with this game and that is the gimmick. The gimmick is this is a completely random chance, but sometimes when you play Splatfest, you will randomly get something called an X10 battle. This is completely random. There's nothing you can do to alter the odds, but keep playing to, I guess, increase your chance of actually getting one. Is just play. What this means is the stakes are higher. Basically, the team that wins will get an X10 bonus. You will not get the X10 bonus if you lose. So in other words, if you win, you get 10 times the clout you normally would. Also known as just being, you played 10 matches worth of clout in one game. That's extremely worth because that saves time, as 10 matches in this game would technically be 30 minutes, as one match is 3 minutes. Now, if you notice here is when you beat a times 10 battle, you will get a festival shell. A festival shell is rewarded when your team wins that match, wins that X10 match, and you now get a festival shell. So, if you were to get another 10x battle and lose, you don't get the 10 times clout, but you still get how much you would have painted, just not with the multiplier, and you don't get a festival shell. Now, if you win another 10x battle, you get a second festival shell. Keep in mind that your teammates are also getting festival shells. Now, what is the festival shell doing? Well, this is where the luck kind of stops. As you and your team get more festival shells in total, it increases the odds of triggering a special event. What is that special event? Well, that's right, a 100x. Based on the information I gave you on how a 10x worth, this is the big one. 100 matches worth of points in one game, aka 300 minutes of gameplay in the span of 3 minutes. That is a lot of clout if you win. Now keep in mind, if you lose, you don't get the bonus. And I should also mention is whenever a 100x battle is ever triggered, you get your festival shells go all the way. All of the team's festival shells go away. They're all gone. Even the enemy team. Everyone's festival shells gets destroyed and you have to grind away the 10x battles once again to possibly re-trigger the 100x battle. Now you can probably understand now why I'm very intense when I see this message, and I really just need to focus as much as I can because the stakes are high. I don't want to waste them. Like, I need them to trigger an event.
I would love to play Tricolor, but I also would love to get 100.
I just want something that will trigger. Oh, shit!
Oh, man. Yeah! Wow.
Let's do this! Let's win! We're gonna win, okay, guys? We're gonna win, and we're gonna do Bob Ross style. Let's do this. Gotta...
And I got
30 seconds, go. Where are you from? You stop over. I got a double splat. I died. I got one. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Turf, 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 turf. Turf. Turf, 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 turf. Just turf. Shit, that's so close. That's fucking close. That's so fucking... Wait, that has to be. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! 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 Oh, let's fucking go! Oh, my parents are gonna tell me to shut up.
I heard you told us shut up.
Oh my god! I'm clipping that on my Twitch stream. I mean, look at how much clout I'm getting for my team by winning these 100 battles. Now, I've noticed the rule of thumb kind of is, Let's say you play with the same team and you're not playing with randoms. That means when you win a 10x battle, everyone gets 1 festival shell, thus your team having 4 festival shells. I like to aim for trying... It seems when your team has a total of around 10 festival shells, it's going to trigger pretty soon. The chances again aren't 100%. If you want a 100% trigger, it's probably your team having 24 festival shells. But 10 shells is usually a good indicator that you should be prepared that a 100x battle is about to trigger. Now, a question you might be asking, well, what if you trigger it and the other team has no festival shells? Well, you still triggered the 100x battle, so there's a chance your team doesn't even have festival shells and the other team triggered the 100x battle. Yes, both teams still get the same battle, meaning you could have done all the hard work grinding all of the 10x battles to trigger the 100x battle just to lose it for a team that didn't even get any festival shells to basically take a free 100x battle, which this has happened to me a couple times. Now, one thing that you may wonder, what happens if both teams, and this is a very unlikely event, trigger the 100x battle at the same time, meaning both teams have enough festival shells and they both trigger the 100x battle? Well, yeah, that's a lot. I should mention this has never happened to me before. I'm keep trying to play. I want this to happen to me so bad. My goal is to have this happen to me once in the game's life cycle. These Splatfest events happen every month and a half, and the game's only going to last 2 years of updates, so there are not too many chances. I will definitely be trying to play as much as I can to hopefully one day get to play in a 3-3x battle, win it. Just the scope of that. 333 matches worth of points in one match. That is going to help your team tremendously in the final scores of who wins. And that's basically what Splatfest is. Of course, there's another game mode called Tricolor, but I don't really need to explain that. This is the main mode.